Hello, John Bear and Robert and anyone else who happens to be watching. Sorry I'm a bit late. Thanks for coming. I'll be right with you. Let me know if the stream sounds alright. Is anyone else working on any hobby tonight? How's everyone's Friday going? I'm almost ready. Just doing some final checks. You can probably hear the mouse suspiciously clicking. Okay. Lowering the screen. As you can see here, we have the body of Vidarbatos that y'all would have last seen in the video I did way back in April. I don't know how many of you watching were watching the last stream, but I'll probably end up explaining the backstory of this project again. Hopefully it's got an interesting backstory. And hopefully the chat box is working. Focus is going a little nuts there. Let's see. Right, what I need to do first is re-moisten the wet palette, but before that I'm going to crack open my beverage because, you know, it'll be one of those classic Millennial Model Mayhem burp-filled streams. So cheers, everybody. Hello, Astrayarium. Or Astrayarium. That's how you say that, I think. Hello, Fiverr. Lord Sugar Candy Miniatures, or General. Ahoy, General Sugar Candy Miniatures. Thanks for coming, you two. I can move the water a bit. Sorry, I had a bit of a slow start to getting the stream going today. The stuff I was out and about doing today just took longer than usual. But it's cool now. Arrange everything here. Putting the conch close to the paint water, which might not be a good idea. But hey, I'm only painting with acrylics. It's not that bad, right? I've seen some miniature painting videos where the painter will lick their brush a lot, but like while paint is on it, to like do proper blending, because they need to clean off the brush, and it's like, whoa, they consumed a lot of paint. The blends look really good though. Well, yeah, Fiverr, it is pretty official. It's the channel in your Discord where you announce your live streams is called News from the General, right? So it seems appropriate. Alright, that wet palette is looking nice and moist. The last time I was painting with this, actually, it started drying up in the corners. This one is definitely a risk of drying up fast. Well, the environment I'm in is, I definitely have to change or like rehydrate it more often than usual, or more often than is typical, I think, from what I hear from other painters. Ooh, burp one. If that was like loud and just totally blasted people's eardrums too much, I can move the mic further away. Please let me know. Uh-oh, the bitrate warning's going again. Usually that doesn't ruin the stream though. Okay, oh yeah, before I get painting on this, I did finish painting the head and part of the weapons, which I have on the desk here, so I'll show those to you real quick. I think it turned out pretty well. Oh, I need to get a glove quick. That's important. Oh, the glove's right here, just kidding. Silly me. Sorry, there's a particular way the chair needs to like fit against the desk and the leg gets in the way sometimes. There we go. It's like for the optimal streaming position. Now like you can see the camera wobbling a bit from the shake. Alright, well, I'll show you the weapons first. So the red glow effects aren't done on these, but everything else is. So the black, purple, and white I'm calling done on these. Oh, I need to do something more with the metallics on here too. I just haven't decided yet, and I'll probably be at the very end. But something's gonna change with these metallics near the end, and red glowing effects here, and then red on the sword. So yeah, those are the weapons. What do y'all think? And then the head, which actually has the red glow effects done, and is what I was working on basically the entire stream last time. Oh, here's the head with some glowy red eyes. Exclusive first look on the channel, other than the patrons, they've seen it. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with how the glow turned out, I think. And I think the way the white didn't end up really being a white and is more just of like a blue-gray. I like how that looks too. Thank you, Fiverr. And John Bear, it depends. Is your Barbatos, Lupus, Rex, Kitbash articulated? Like, are you gonna change around the poses much? Or did you glue it into a diorama or something? Alright, so I think you gotta decide how to tackle this. I know what I want to do, or my process I want to do for this is completely finish one leg. Yeah, I could say I've finished one leg, one arm. I think I'll start with the leg. And we're just gonna do the calf and shin section and foot. So like from here up will be finished. And that'll just be like a good reference that I can finish the rest of the model off of. And so I think to do that, let's see, we gotta glaze the purple. All the black is pretty much done. The purple and white glazing's done here. Let's I should stop calling it white, I should just call it gray. Let's go with the, let's start glazing up the grays first. It's kind of posable, John. Well, if you got the airbrushing capabilities and proper ventilation and stuff. Lacquers are pretty good for Gunpla. That's like durable. If you don't want to deal with the hassle of that. I don't know, I like pre-thinned paints for airbrushing, even though that's not usually what I use. That's mostly because I'm cheap. And I'm just like, well, I've got thinner, I've got paint, I'll just thin it down for the airbrush. Are you wondering like what kind of paints you should use in terms of like what type of paints? Or are you wanting me to like recommend colors for you? I guess I should have started with that. And the glaze. So we got our golden high flow titanium white, our game color somber gray. Oh, you just use brush. Yes, please. Are you asking for colors? I asked you the question between like, are you doing this or this? And then well, if you want for color recommendations, I would say just decide on the main color first that you want to feature most prominently, and then pick colors that go well with that from there. A lot of the times the color I start off with is the shifter paint that I'm gonna put on the underframe. That's usually where I start, and then just apply like color theory principles. Oh my god, that was a demonic burp. I'm so sorry, everybody. Mango, do you believe in gravity? Yes, I do. Strange question. Blue Parappa's sticking her thumb up through the door because that was such a loud burp. Thanks. I felt possessed with that one. Anyways, hopefully that answers your paint question, John Bear. Yeah. I guess I could talk about the color theory poses on this one was I knew I wanted to do this model with shifter paint. Thanks, Fiverr. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back to the stream later to extract that burp for content of some kind. I probably won't remember to do that, but so the shifter paint on this one is like I got it right here, old silver pale violet, and as you can see it looks pretty purpley. The shifter effect is hard to do on camera, you can kind of see it, and I use silver just kind of like, or silver and like iron colors, those I end up using them on almost any kind of mechanical project, so that's just like a given. And then to kind of break up the color a little bit more between the purple and the silver, I added the gunmetal blue here and there. And then for picking the main color, this like gray, I knew I wanted to try and paint something with like that was like close to a white for a Model Mayhem style project, and I chose this somber gray as like the color to build up from because it's like also it's a bluey, so it goes well with the purple, like because they're close to each other on the color wheel. And this is a gray with blue tones, so it could build up to the white and still complement the purple. And then for the trim color, this like royal purple, it's just like a purple, but I guess like it's more of like a blue purple than a red purple, and like this is like a blue violet actually. So all that also ties back into the underframe colors, so that's kind of how I go about choosing the colors on this one. And then red, Red I chose for the glowing contrast color because there's only a few spots of it and it'll be like really eye-grabbing. So the glowing red eyes, because the red, and of course the red on the base as well, is like, it'll contrast a lot more with the blues that are in the purple trim color and the blue-gray. So anyways, there's my long-winded explanation of that. Nice Kalinus, sounds like fun. Anyways, now I'll get to actually painting now. Should probably get to it. Yeah, to start off, we're not going to use glaze medium. Because when you're starting from nothing, you're just like blocking in the gradient, or the way I see it, that's like blocking in the gradient, not even blending it. I'm drinking a Conk Zero mango. Because I guess I need a little caffeine. On the errands I ran today, I did pick up a new paintbrush, but I haven't sanitized the packaging and taken it out yet, so maybe next stream or perhaps next video. Speaking of the next video, I got a decent amount of work done on that project this week. But of course, that's still in the like secretive phase, so only the patrons really know what's going on with that one. What master grades did you get, Kalinus? And we'll use the biggest brush at this early stage. What's this one even called? This has an entertaining name, the Gadzooks Gaming Mother Brush. I think this is like I don't know if this is like a Canadian only brand, but they were pretty inexpensive and the quality reflects that, I'd say. Or I've gotten a lot of really good use out of the larger brushes in the set, but the smaller brushes in the set have been, you know, not the best. Or they haven't held their tip too well, which for the price I paid is totally fine. Ah, nice. A bunch of mono eyes, good choice. I think I need to move the camera a little bit, I'll do that. My brush is free. Remember the last time I was streaming this, Blue Parappa pointed out that you could see a little face on this calf section. He wants to hunt the Gundam? Oh my god, Achilles. Does it look tasty? Is it the burp? Is that got him all interested? What was I gonna... Right, I was gonna move the camera. Alright, hang on everybody. Let's go a little higher. Alright, that should be better. Yeah, I'm trying to just decide on the color blocking here a bit, because the light is going... I'm just kind of going with basic zenithal light, so that part... Yeah, it's gonna be a kind of an interesting amorphous shape of highlights, perhaps. This KEF section's definitely gonna be one of those times where I just wing it. Well, I'm kind of always winging it, am I right? We're all just winging it most of the time. Yeah, but this this lower section, it's a lot easier to figure out where the direction or where the gradient goes. It's like brightest is down at the bottom here, because it's just got like a really obvious curve. And you know, same thing for here, but maybe for here I'll go gentler on it just because there's so much looming over. Let's see. Where about here, I'll say. Oh man, the base on this thing is real dusty. That's gonna need a little bit of TLC at the end. And yeah, the rationale that I used on the front part will apply to this side part as well, because it's very in shadow. What's that, burp 3? So Achilles just wants to chomp on the Gundam. It looks like it has a good mouth feel, perhaps. Yeah, can you all see the face here? It's like this is the mouth and then those are the eyes. Hopefully the focus is going okay. Haven't heard the camera freak out with its low motor too much. Yeah, and this part down here is very in shadow. This is the part where it's like, arguably, this could be done, you know, disassembled. Might be a bit easier. All about that base. That's right, Robert. Does the Vidar have rabbit ears? I guess it kind of does. Or were you talking about something else? Burp 4. Burp 5. Damn, is this a painting stream or a burping stream? This brush has seen better days already. The Iron-Blooded Orphans Grimgard has... Oh, the face and the knee. Oh yeah, it does have rabbit ears. Good point. Sorry, I was very blunt there. Or I was very, I failed my intelligence check. Now the foot getting a little more. Let's see. Yeah, and these are a bunch of just really tiny gradients. They come together fast enough, but like sometimes it takes a minute to figure out how I should do it, you know? Sometimes it's easier to think about just like how the patterns of the gradients interact with each other rather than the actual direction of the light. Like I know the dark end of this gradient will start here because the light end of the other one ended there. But then, you know, these really narrow parts, it's almost like you just kind of treat it like an edge highlight in a way. Because it's so narrow. It's like there's not much glazing that can happen there. Oh, sorry, I bumped the mic there. Oh, you got some things from Death Ray Designs. Nice. You're welcome. I've never ordered from Death Ray Designs, but I've seen them, like, plugged on Ash's channel over the years. And they always seem cool, and it's been nice to see them grow and stuff. That new Steel Rift game they put out seems pretty cool, too. That's also written by Ash. I think the guy... I think it's a collaboration between Ash Barker and Death Ray Designs. I don't know if Ash was the only one who wrote the game or not. So what did you get for Gamma Wolves exactly? I should probably order those things. It's like how I said earlier in the stream that I'm cheap. I mean, I have a lot of tokens that I can I just have a pile of like miscellaneous janky tokens from a bunch of random games, and I just use them for whatever game. The only game I like ever have really used the dedicated tokens for is War Machine and Hordes. Surprise, surprise. Okay, just gotta finish the heal section, and then we'll be, whatchamacallit, adding more white to the mix. Yes, I have watched Iron-Blooded Orphans. It's, I think the best Gundam anime that I've seen was Thunderbolt, but Iron-Blooded Orphans has my favorite Gundam designs, and I did enjoy the show. I watched it all. I listen to the soundtrack every once in a while. And this brush's tip is having a bad day, I tell you. Nice. I think like if you're talking with someone who's already familiar and watched an anime or two, and you're looking to recommend a Gundam show, like Iron-Blooded Orphans usually isn't bad. Okay, Fiverr. Good work doing all that calligraphy. You deserve a rest. Feel free to take some of the painting karma I get from this session. Karma was the word that jumped to mind when I thought of just like points you earn for doing hobby, I don't know. You've been doing good work on your Titan this week. It was really hard to vote on that Instagram poll you posted on what, like, heraldry symbol. Like, I think the two I did vote for, even after I sent them, I was like, ah, no, I should have done this one or this one. Okay, we got that awkward angle done. Now we will add more white into the mix. Just cleaning off that brush really good, since it's having a bad day. Oh, Fiverr, I went to this boutique stationery store today. You would have loved it there. So many calligraphy supplies. Burp 6, I think. It was inconclusive. It's because you gave the people so many good options to pick from. Yeah, stationery stores are super fun. Okay, this will probably be our like mid-tone for the white, and the palette is becoming a mess already. I get when I compare my palettes to like what I see other painters post on Instagram, mine look way messier, but I don't really see, I guess Simon Lamb, I think I've seen him post a palette paper or two. I can't remember now, but like most of the people I see posting palettes are posting miniatures that are a lot smaller, so it's like fair that the palettes would look different. Yes, a nice smooth liquidy pen that's a good hand feel. Some of my favorites are these like brush pens, Tombow. Anyways, this isn't a stationary stream. Let's see how I mixed this. Yeah, might as well start here. That looks like too close to the original tone, so let's mix in more of that white. Let's just fully mix what we got together on the palette here. And because we're still in the blocking phase, let's just put more white in at the end, and then we can get, like, we can maintain the direction of the gradient on the palette that I was painting before, so it's a manageable mess instead of just a swamp. My swampy wap. Damn YouTube algorithm, please don't censor me for saying that. Probably one of the best stationery store purchases I made, by the way, was this blue book, and like I'll open this to an empty page. The best, I don't know if you can see on stream, but this is dotted, not lined, and not grid. That's the best kind of notebook. That's the hill I'll die on, the one with dotted instead of lined or grid. I don't know, I don't think that's like a hot take or anything though. Emojis blocked? Oh, here, I'll approve that message, Robert. I think it's probably because you use the eggplant and the sweat emoji, you know? Those get used in a lot of lewd phrases, possibly. Yeah, your message should, I don't know if it probably won't show up on like the stream overlay, but the YouTube chat should have it. Data disappear. Ah, glad you agree, Sugar Candy, or Fiverr. Okay, now it's gonna be, yeah, see, the stuff I painted on it dried to be basically the same color. So that was a waste. Burp 7? I feel like it's gonna be tricky to figure out exactly how I want the gradient to go on that part of the leg. It's okay, Robert. I appreciate the message. Oh yeah, and the MS8 team is a good one. Psycho Zaku in full armor, especially when they're like together fighting each other. It does make me feel some emojis as well, I understand. Nothing like a good mecha animation. For anyone that follows me on Twitter and saw that random tweet I made about wanting to watch the movie Redline every day, I rewatched Redline this week. I rewatched Primar and Redline. They're both good movies, but Redline is superior. I'm confident in saying that. Redline just is so good. I've seen it enough times now, though. I gotta slow down because, you know, no movie will hold up to infinite rewatches. I gotta, like, you know, I'm still gonna keep rewatching it, but I gotta, if I do it too often, then I'll expedite the process of getting like burnt out on watching it, and like what happens when you find an album you really like and then you just over listen to it. Can't have that happen. Yeah, I can't unsee the face and the legs now. All I'm gonna be able to focus on. Top 5 mobile suits. And the Goof would be in there. Barbatos. Gotta think on the other ones. I mean, the Gogg is pretty awesome. Can I say that like the five main characters in Gundam Wing, can they just count as one? Like the Gundam Wing boy band squad? Can the Tachikoma from Ghost in the Shell standalone complex count as one? Hello Hugo. Yeah, the Leo's really good. Oh yeah, the Greys. I need to check the Japanese letters for that because I can't remember if it's Greys or Graz, but I'm pretty sure it's Greys. I really like that design. And it's got a lot of variation. Bale is good, yeah. Oh, I can't forget the Gushin. The Gushin definitely goes in there. Yeah, the Wing Boys can be one. Nice. Yeah, Fiverr, don't... I hope we live long enough into a prosperous future to where we can just each get like a Tachikoma assistant, you know? To just like hang out and be our special little Tachikoma friend. Yeah, who wants to get in a car and go get groceries when you can just go get in your Tachikoma? Next time I end up in Japan, which who knows when that's gonna be, but whenever it does end up happening, it'd be nice if I could come home with at least a small Tachikoma model. I know some exist out there. They're not like, you know, they're of varying quality. But they're a Tachikoma and that's all I need. Well, it depends if the Tachikoma is like when they hit the consumer market, will they, you know, be sentient like they are at a certain point in the show? Because the Tachikomas are smart enough to like, or if they're the sentient kind, they're smart enough to be like, hey, no, humanity, that's a bad idea. We're not gonna do war crimes for you. Which is ironic as I say that now, because they do have guns and stuff in the show. Yeah, the sentience is what makes them cool and adorable. They're adorable both in the dub and the sub. Oh, it looked like the camera was getting a little laggy there for a second. Alright, we're finished the beverage. I think we hit 7 burps. Maybe we'll end up with a bonus 8th. We'll find out soon enough. I'm very excited for next Thursday on the 15th. Parabellum is having a live stream where they're gonna reveal their next, or reveal the models for the next faction. The next faction is already shown to be the city-states, and they're gonna be like Greek-inspired. I think I talked about this last stream too. Hopefully the models end up being good. They've released a lot of good models this year, so you can only guess and hope. But the mythological beasts that they're gonna have in this like ancient Greek themed army are gonna have some clockwork elements to them apparently, so I'm very interested to see what that's gonna look like. I've seen one picture of like a painted like hoplite dude with, you know, spear shield. And, you know, it looks cool enough, but when you hear about the clockwork monsters and stuff, then obviously that seems a bit more exciting. Alright, I think I need to add more white now. The Ares is the best mobile suit. Can you remind me which one the Ares is again? Is that the flying one in Gundam Wing? That's like black? Am I gonna get canceled for not knowing that? I've seen like 30 episodes of Gundam Wing. Right, I need to mix this white. Oh, I got it right. Nice. That's not a bad mobile suit. Yeah, I'd have the funny experience this morning of... I'm just making sure I'm not missing any messages. Yeah, like, or last night, I watched I didn't watch the Game Awards, but you know, I watched a bunch of the new game announcement trailers. So then this morning I was like, oh yeah, I guess I should actually read on what games won the awards. And then read that annoying story about that kid who mic bombed or whatever at the very end. Oh yeah, I haven't seen Build Fighters. I didn't know the Ares was in Build Fighters. And yeah, Robert the Tall Geese is a classic. Love the Tall Geese. And what's funny about the Tall Geese is it's kind of just like a Leo with better weapons and like a fancy hat. Is that a hot take? Yeah, I feel like I need to extend the white here to go up higher. The gradient to work better. It's a tricky section for sure. Probably gonna be a lot of back and forth there. That's why I'm like just tackling this one leg first. It'll be easier to do the other ones if I've completely finished the other legs. Yeah, that kid did get arrested. At least he waited until after their like the thank you speech was over. At least he had the courtesy to do that. Probably the most exciting thing that was announced for me is Armored Core 6. That trailer was some glorious mech action. Oof. Had to watch it twice. And there was a new like brief gameplay trailer for Space Marine 2. I never played Space Marine 1, but it looks like, you know, it'll be a cool game. I don't think I'll play it. Like, I'll play Darktide, even though I'm like, I don't do much like, model-wise, I don't do much like Imperium 40k stuff, other than the Kyles, I guess. But Darktide was like, I've played enough Vermintide and love that I know Darktide will be like super fun as well, and spoiler alert, it is. There's one other thing I meant to bring up. I can't remember now. Got distracted by thinking about the Game Awards. Hello, disrespect your surroundings. Yeah, well, the underframe purple metallic was airbrushed on, but everything else was hand painted. I've been working on it for a long time. Like, I started it almost a year ago, so. I showed off the finished head piece at the beginning of the stream along with the weapons that are almost finished. So if anyone wants me to show those again, just let me know in the chat. In case you missed it earlier. Alright, let's work on the feet for a bit. There's been plenty of work on this. The other leg sections now. And my December video will also include hand painting a Gundam this time. It's not gonna be me just waxing poetic about tabletop games I like to play. Although I hope you all did enjoy that video anyways. Hello Shrekus McChekus. Okay, Hugo, I'll show you. I'll bring out the parts again. Once I'm done this round of highlighting on the feet. Never lower your eyes to an enemy. What's that? What's that quote for? Gundam Faract coming out soon. Which series is Gundam Faract from? Oh, is that the one with the sniper rifle and like the long spindly legs and high heels from G-Witch? I haven't seen G-Witch yet other than the prologue. I'm gonna watch it soon though. Oh, that's cool. It's always fun to see connections like that between where people work in the industry. Speaking of edges that pop. So here's the finished head. Oh, come on, camera. Got glowing red eyes. Got a glowing camera at the back there. Sorry, Robert. That sounds like a familiar quote. And here's the weapons. They're not done, but the black, purple, and gray is. I've watched too many... Oh, Ninja Turtles, okay. I was gonna say, I've watched too many things with like training sequences and montages. It's all blending together. No problem, Hugo. Oh, sorry, I'm not talking much. I'm getting into the glazing zone. Yeah, the G, which designs are very cool. I actually picked up the Guel's Danzla today. No idea when I'll get around to building it, but I knew I had to get one of those G-Witch kits. Yeah, that's cool. I didn't know that detail about the designer from Armored Core. Oh, hello, Vanished Elf. You missed 7 burps. Sorry to say. And disrespect your surroundings. Try not to compare too much, and it's never good. But, with enough practice, you can get paint work that you feel better about someday. So don't be too hard on yourself, as long as you're having fun. I'm just reading that quote there, Mango Gomu. And yeah, I've played Gundam Evolution. Yeah, sorry, Vanished Elf. I haven't, and disrespect your surroundings, I haven't played much Gundam Evolution lately because I've been playing Dark Tide. What's your info dump in there, Mango? Oh, sorry, I gotta paint this inside part of the heel. It's not gonna be easy to show on camera. Now you can kind of see it here. Just need a little highlight. Dio's Heaven Plan. Gotcha. Is that a spoiler from something? I don't know. It sounds cool. How's the paint on the palette situation doing? Okay, I'm thinking I'm just gonna... Oh, what I should do is start in the glaze medium now. No new paint yet, just glaze medium. Good, some good sloshy paint water ASMR there, good. I'm glad the mic's picking up that as well. Disrespect, it depends on how I'm painting. For the glazing, it needs to be pretty thin. Like, as thin as I can get it while still being able to control it well enough. But if I'm doing like edge highlighting or base coating, it's a bit less thin. Because for the base coating, you need it to be more opaque. And then for the edge highlighting, you need a bit more control. Okay, yeah, I was wondering if it was from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. What part of that JoJo is that from? If you can say so without spoilers, I guess. It sounded like something that would be from JoJo's. Alright, thanks Vanished Elf. See ya. Appreciate ya. Have a good night. Ah, part 6. I just started watching part 6. So some of that, I get some of that quote now, but I only just start watching it. I know that there's lots of hype for that going around right now because like a new batch of episodes just came out. Okay, let's see what tone this darkest bit is like. Let's just paint a little strip here and see how it dries. Okay. We can go up just a little bit higher. Now we're at the blending phase, I'd say. Well, we've probably been at the blending phase for a bit now. Yeah, well, once I use up all the paint on the palette, we'll have to assess and see how close we are to finishing the gray glazing on the leg here. If we still got a ways to go, I might take a quick break to paint purple. Yeah, I hear Steel Ball runs pretty good. I'm glad the new batch was good. Yes, Vanished Elf, I knew you'd be interested in some JoJo discussion. I just outed Vanished Elf as a JoJo enjoyer. Not that there's anything wrong with that, because this is a JoJo friendly zone here. Oh, I see, it's not confirmed yet. It probably will be, hopefully. It seemed like people weren't a fan of the way Part 6 was released in batches, though, from what I've heard. So I wonder if they'll change that up. Oh yeah, I remembered what I was gonna say earlier about how, I know I've had all this talk about wanting to finish this by 2022, but after the stream today, I do, basically once I finish this leg, I need to switch gears and focus on finishing the project for December's video, because that has to take priority over finishing Vidarbatos. But you know, if the worst happens and I'm not able to finish it by the end of the year, which I still think I'll be able to do, I'll have plenty of time in early January to do it. Early January is usually pretty dead. It'll be a good time to just like quickly finish this up. And then if you want to say in what January's actual video project will be, you can become a patron and vote. Well, you got to become a patron of a certain level. No pressure though. Just, you know, I've got that YouTuber mindset. I always gotta throw in plugs and self-promotion. I can't help it. You know, I mean, if they've animated all the way up to part 6, they might as well keep going at this point, you know? Well, we're past the hour mark, not bad. Like most streams, this one, my mindset is like, I gotta make it at least to 2 hours, and then we'll see how I'm feeling. It was a busy day today, so we'll see how I'm feeling after 2 hours. Okay. Yeah, we could definitely some blending work we can do on the foot. Do I want to switch brushes? Not yet, not yet. This foot has many pleasing angles to run the brush across. Alright, let's work into a brighter color. It's almost a bit too thin. Yeah, that's almost a bit too thin. Gotta blend that out a bit more here so the pools don't cause any issues. Oh, I was painting off the frame there, sorry. Yes, the gay part is half the fun. It's like they're, yeah, definitely gay and masculine, which is great. And if the stands were mobile suits, that would also be great. And if they pilot it G-Fighter style, then that's like, you know, there'll be lots of really fan servicey shots of like the black spandex like wrapping tightly over their hot muscly bodies. So yeah, sounds great, but it definitely wouldn't work if they took out the gayness. Yeah, this is still too thin. It's a solution to just mix that on the palette a bit more. I think so. Yeah, that's not helping much. Yeah, that's a bit better actually. Well, let me approve that message for you, Trap. A post-Brexit Britain, like part 1. That doesn't sound like a fun setting. The JoJo characters don't have to play by the rules, so I'm sure they could have a fun time. Sorry, I'm just really concentrating here, I guess. The Diablo 4 cinematic that came out during the Game Awards was also, you know, really good because it's a Blizzard cinematic and they just make really good ones. I don't know if I want to play Diablo 4 though. I had a lot of fun with Diablo 3. Your skip loom is evolving. Well, congratulations. Get some water. think the blend on here is coming together now, though. We definitely need to go a bit brighter on it in order to match this spot. But I'm liking how it's looking. Hello, Cyber Scorpio. Hope the company Christmas party was tolerable. You've just missed a bunch of gray glazing. Oh, you did miss 7 burps. Yeah, right? That's a comment I've heard a lot over the years. It's like, why they should just get the cinematic team to make a full movie. If only the Warcraft movie could have been that. Making a feature-length film like that would be pretty expensive, but I'm sure, I mean, who knows now in the year 2022, but if around the time the live-action Warcraft movie came out, if instead it was just like an entire movie of like WoW cinematic or Blizzard cinematic quality, then perhaps more people would have gone to see it. I mean, I saw the live-action Warcraft movie in theaters, and I had a decent time. I don't know if I'd say it's a great film. But I had put so many hours into World of Warcraft in my life, I couldn't not see it. Yes, Hugo does know what's up. There are definitely some questionable decisions with the live-action Warcraft movie. But, you know, live-action video game adaptations are always a bit of a toss-up, aren't they? Okay, I think I must add some light before I... well, I mean, it is tempting to take a break and move on to purple. Oh, I do need to blend these sections in the calf a bit. I don't know, what do you think, chat? Should I move on to purple for a bit? Are you getting tired of the gray? Yeah, before I move on to the edge highlighting anywhere on this project, I need to go do a pass over and like fix the panel line areas that I've gotten paint into accidentally. Gotta make sure I do that before the final edge highlights. Very nice bonus. Nice, congratulations. Thank you, Robert. Purple is a pretty great color. I have painted quite a few purple projects. I mean, you don't have to choose. I'm just looking for a suggestion. On this leg, there really isn't that much purple to glaze, so I'm gonna take a quick purple break. What if it was purple? Does anyone get that reference? purple break. Royal purple and blue violet to be exact. Oh yeah, paint mixing. Who doesn't like a good paint mixing? Alright, let's start building up a little bit purple gradient. Sorry, I don't know how quiet my voice talks when it points away from the mic. I should be paying more attention to that. Alright, so the gradient on these, this knee pad is finished, because I did that way back when I did the video. So let's do these leg thrusters. How do y'all feel about the design of the Vidarbatos having, or Gundam Vidar having these leg thrusters? They've grown on me. Can't deny they're a little janky. Also, I think I've assembled these slightly not properly. By the way, this like edge sticks out, but it looks fine. Because it doesn't match on this one. So that's just one of those fun janky details that'll make this project, you know, unique. Well, I mean, it's already unique because it's a kitbash. What am I talking about? Thanks, Hugo. It's one of those things, like most of the mistakes I notice on a project, is one of those things where like ultimately not that many people are going to notice it, so it's fine. It's like a mistake, or the person who makes the project is always the one that knows about all the hidden secrets and mistakes, obviously. Something most people go through with their projects. So I don't know how long the camera was out of focus there. Yeah, and this side piece of the foot, we got a nice straightforward. Let's see, that would be light at the bottom here. Let's go with that. Easy. Yeah, the Barbatos Lupus Rex, it's got those the big arms do look cool. I don't like the like tail element of the Lupus Rex too much, but it's also kind of cool. The big arms though, and like the fancy V-fin he gets are pretty good. I'm a fan of those. Yeah, it's one of those kit bashes that ended up being a lot better than I thought it was gonna be, you know? It was more like I had the Vidar full mechanics model. It was pretty janky and like flimsy, so I knew I wanted to do a Model Mayhem project with it, and then I happened to have all these like leftover pieces from the Barbatos P-Bandai expansion. And it's just a match made in heaven. Yeah, I keep thinking, like, I only have until right before Christmas to finish this, and like, oh, I'm not gonna finish in time. It's gonna take too long. Then I remember, like, yeah, there's days I'll be able to paint after Christmas leading up to New Year's. It's... Don't need to give up so easily yet. It is a straight-up beast, that is safe to say. Yeah, I mean, the purple part of these leg thrusters is pretty straightforward to glaze in the highlight, unlike the calf section. Oh, I did mess up the front a bit there, and that can all be fixed in the edge highlighting spot. Yeah, the pistol weapons that came with the Vidar are very nice. Or like, you don't see Gundams that dual-wield pistols like that too often. Its whole like rapier sword system with like the cartridges of pointy sword blades is pretty cool too. Not as cool as the dual-wielding pistols though. Hard to beat that. The Attack on Titan swords. Yeah, they're kind of like that. They're just like, instead of razor blades, or what do you call those blades? Safety blades. It's rapiers. Yeah, Vidarbatos would look cool with Attack on Titan swords. I don't got the bits for that though. Or you should have told me that 8 months, or it was more than 8 months ago that I was actually doing the Kitbash. I'm not skilled enough at scratch building to pull that off. It's a very cool idea though. I definitely agree on that. Okay, I think we need perhaps just a tad more blue-violet mixed in for a final highlight, and then we blend. Because piercing damage. Exactly. Not very effective against skeletons. Oh wait, that's if you're playing D&D. Back to the Game Awards, the release date trailer for Baldur's Gate 3 was very good, speaking of D&D. And then the new, like, video, like, behind-the-scenes video that came out for the live-action D&D movie with Chris Pine and, was it Michelle Rodriguez? That movie does, like, you know, a pretty mainstream interpretation of D&D, or like the popular classic one. I get why some people might not be that into that, but I'm pretty hyped to see that movie, not gonna lie. I hope there's a scene where Chris Pine uses some movie magic to, like, shred on the loot. Yeah, good old oozes. There was an ooze in the trailer for the live action. They crammed in a lot of references to classic D&D things. They've got, like, well, there's the shot of the people, they all jump into the ooze while dodging an attack from a displacer beast. And, you know, of course, they got a mimic in there, because you gotta have a mimic. Yeah, I feel like that's a close enough match to the glazing I did 6 months ago. So let's add glaze medium and start the glazing process. I don't want to add too much glaze medium though, because I did that with the gray and it made things a little bit more difficult. Yeah, I should have brought up in my latest video the fact that I seen the other live-action D&D movies too, the sequels to the one with Jeremy Irons that I had the tape of. Those, like, were all direct to DVD. And I watched them so long ago that, like, I can't remember if they were bad or not, but, like, from what I saw of, like, YouTube videos of people reviewing them, I can, like, believe, or I can, like, get what they're saying about it being bad. Oh, well, yeah, level 8, that's pretty high for an NPC. Once you get past level 5, you can come up with some pretty potent synergies. How are they a monster? Did you just, like, min-max with some multi-class feat nonsense? As you can all see, I needed to add a bit more royal blue into the palette. And it's becoming a bit of a wet mess again. Speaking of piercing damage, perhaps that's a hint to this monster you created. I want to add more glaze medium, but I'm gonna resist. blending this other set. I missed it last. You can't even see where the brush is going on stream. Good job, Liam. Deciding to focus on the leg this stream where there's a bunch of places you can't show on camera. It's not that big a deal. Yeah, Hugo, the leveling in D&D goes a lot slower compared to like MMO games, in my experience. Like a lot of D&D campaigns will like, or like modules will resolve if you're like starting at level 1, a lot of time the adventure will be done by the time you get to level 5. But you know, strong D&D groups, it's like not too big of a hurdle to like make it to level 8 and beyond. The really like late, or you know you've like been doing a campaign for a long time when you make it to like level, you know, like anywhere between 15 and 20. So like the level ups in D&D have like a stronger impact than they do in most computer RPG games, I'd say. Or at least like, you know, when you're comparing it to something ubiquitous like World of Warcraft. Okay, have fun, Mango. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, I put too much paint on my palette now. I messed up the mixing I did before. Yeah, it's fine. I think most of the D&D games I've played in, we've all been like just aware of the fact of how common mimics are, or like how much of a D&D trope they are, that like we don't play any games with mimics actually written into them, because we're like, yeah, we know what mimics are, we want something different. Maybe your current dice just need to be fired and replaced then. Yeah, I went to... would have been... I probably should have added a bit of glaze medium to that last pass. Oh well. Dual class character, scoundrel, racket rogue, paired with fencer style swashbuckler. Yeah, that sounds pretty potent. Hopefully the players don't have too rough a time. Sounds like a character that'll be hard to focus fire down. My favorite like annoying min-max combo is you make when you have a fighter or something that uses pole arms and has the pole arm master and the mobile feat. I think it's mobile or defensive or something. There's a feat that makes it, or I think that's part of the pole arm master feat, where when someone enters your melee range you can do a free attack on them, and then like also on your turn you can use your bonus action or something to get an extra like D4 attack, and then you can like do a pushing attack if you're a fighter to like kick them out of your melee range. So then on their turn they gotta walk back into your melee range, and then you get another free attack. I played a character like that once. A hello bear. Is your favorite Barbatos or Vidar? Because this is my Vidarbatos Kitbash. A skill you learned while playing Risk. Well, let me approve that message, Bear. Thank you. Yeah, Vidar and Barbatos certainly go well together, as I've discovered with this project. I'm getting pretty close with the purple here. I need to figure out what's going on with my WAP here, though. It's a bit chaotic. No, don't worry about it. Just sometimes I don't always glance over at the other screen to see when messages are waiting to be approved like that. Are any of you hoping that there's more of those Kotobukiya Armored Core model kits come out now that Armored Core 6 was announced? You won't swear, but they do. I think taking a break from the gray to do the purple was the right call. I think I needed that change of pace. Just got a little bit more blending to do. Alright. Yeah. The only thing that's in the party's favor against Bloody Mary. What's Bloody Mary? Range, magic, and me the tank. It always feels good to be a reliable tank. Glad you think so, Hugo. That's why I chose to use shifter paint. I don't know if you're here earlier, but this is the one. Old Silver Pale Violet. I like it when the underframe pops out, you know? I like underframes that are, you know, not the typical colors sometimes. Like the Astray Gold frame has a pretty cool underframe. Yeah, just trying to decide how much more to glaze up. We need a bit of better blending here and here, perhaps. But maybe just do a bit more at the top end first. Oh, the level 8 NPC, gotcha. Bloody Mary, yeah, that's a good name for a swashbuckler. Hello, Shane. Thanks for coming. Yeah, I almost want that to be like a bit brighter now. Although that's probably because it's the dark end that needs to be brought up brighter. So let's just add a little bit of the darker color to the palette. And then I'll go back to glazing the gray for a bit. Starting to get pretty tired though. I don't know if I can make it to 2.5 hours, but you know, I could definitely make it to 2 hours, no problem. Gotta stay hydrated. Okay, we do need a little bit of glaze medium in here too. Try and just mix a little bit so it doesn't bleed all over the place too much. Bottom this time. Now these are the glazes I want to be the most precise with. You're gonna go play sports ball. That's not very nerdy. If you must. I understand. And I appreciate you coming by for as long as you did. Alright, and dried. Damn, that looks brighter than I was hoping. Let's just blend that right now. And hopefully that's not too bright. Let's maybe do a bit of wet blending, perhaps. I'm just freestyling now. that looks when it dries. Sorry if the camera focus has been going all over the place. My mind is occupied with the glazing. $60 points of bleed damage, then that's too much power for an NPC. Because it depends on what level characters they're going up against. Or that you said level 5 earlier. Sounds like a pretty tricky encounter. Okay, this side looks good. We just need a bit more blending over here. The rest of the work will be done by the edge highlighting. I don't know, Shane. I mean, it's not a commission. This is just a project I started as an experiment last year. So when I started it, I was still in the middle of like making the protagonist and antagonist, so I knew this wasn't going to be part of either of theirs, but I mean, it's on the base. I could definitely use it as a Gamma Wolves if I wanted to. I'm probably going to put it up for sale just to like help fund the channel after. I'll have it up for sale in my Instagram highlights, but you know, maybe that won't necessarily stop me from using it for a Gamma Wolves game before any potential sales happen. Alright, maybe it's time to just leave the purple there, although this could use, and here could use just a wee bit of blending. Yeah, I could easily make up Gamma Wolf stats for Vidarbatos. But it was never... This has always just been like a pretty casual streaming project. Except for that one time I like partially painted it in a video. I used it as the conduit for explaining my technique. Because it is using that good old Model Mayhem style, as I say. Yeah, that's probably enough purple blending. He says as he continues to blend the purple. I'm almost done, okay? I think that's enough for now anyways. And we're almost at 2 hours. Well, let's see. Maybe I'll put too much paint on the palette and I will make it to 2.5 hours. I do just need to prevent this purple from bleeding too much. I should probably use up this paint. Just looking to see if there's any other areas on it I can work on the blending. Thank you, Shane. Appreciate it. Too bad you weren't the one that got to make that roll. Oh yeah, see I did do some... Oh yeah, I think I did all the purple blending on the torso before. I'll just get a little head start on blend in the purple on the foot here. And then once I'm used up, I'll go back to the white. Or will I? We'll see. Look over to the other foot to remember how I did the gradient there, or what direction the gradient went. Gotta make sure those are more or less the same. And of course these leg thrusters are easy enough to copy, and I still got paint on the palette, so you know we're gonna do those. I made a tiny mistake on the black there, I'll have to fix that. That was bound to happen, to be honest. And we got this little patch of purple at the back here. Yeah, the DM doesn't want the players to know too much about the NPCs. Your first model kit's on the way in the mail. Thank you for the compliment, HM. What model kit's in the mail for you? Yeah, this tiny shape I'm doing right now is tiny enough. I'm just gonna do it all in one go, essentially. See, I'm just like swinging back and forth with the gradient. It's not exactly efficient. It's like too much, too little. I guess I could switch to a smaller brush, but I don't know. I kind of felt like I would just use this brush the entire session. The rest of that I'll probably be taking care of with the edge highlights. Boom, I made it past 2 hours. Go me. Alright, now I'm kind of at the point where I just have to salvage the paint that's on there. We're almost through it all. Yeah, my finger's getting nice and purple stained. Then if you get to put some fun Gunpla on your Christmas wish lists. Or are you in this situation where, like, if you asked anyone for Gunpla, you'd be worried about them getting confused about where to find it or what to get? Or just be weirded out about your gift choice? Or are you just like, I just buy all the Gunpla I want myself and it's my secret. No one knows how big my backlog is and it needs to stay that way. Yeah, I got a lot of footage of painting the purple when I did the head live stream the other day, so probably pretty easy for me to finish. Or by the time the next stream for this happens, the purple all across this body part will probably be just finished. So it seems like a good candidate to finish off stream. Just a tiny bit of purple left. Now, is anyone tired of the purple? And now I'm wondering if I made the exposure on the camera dark or darker than it needed to be, so sorry if anyone thought the stream was too dark. Probably because I was holding it far away from the camera to get the stability of resting it on the desk. Yeah, one merit to like gluing it to the base is having makes it easier to rest it against the desk when you're painting. And you can paint a cool swirly pattern on it. Or wavy pattern, I guess a better way to describe this base. Yeah, 122 kits hidden in the closet now. Damn, I was kind of accurate with my prediction there. Just ask for a different kind of plastic instead. Okay. I do gotta make sure the purple doesn't bleed too much into the sponge there, even though there's already some clearly obvious purple that got onto the sponge there. I think it's the exact same purple too, because the first project with this palette was the Artifact Nightingale. The sponge is looking to get a little dry too. I'm just getting purple on my hand now. This out of the way, it'll get easier. Well, I am past 2 hours. I'm feeling a little tired, so we don't have as many viewers as we had earlier too. Maybe it's time I wrap up the painting now and live to fight another day. Anyone still watching have objections to that? Could be at least one more Vidarbatos stream, probably 2 this month, as I try and finish it for the end of 2022. And of course I am working on a proper video project at the same time currently that will hopefully come out before Christmas. So you got a bit of content to look forward to there. Alright, see ya, Cyber Scorpio. Yeah, let's gonna wrap up the stream there. It's a bit shorter than usual, but I made it to the 2 hours like I said I would. Oh, I'll give one more look at the finished pieces for people to see. Oh yeah, we got a couple people that just jumped in. Just so you can see those. So these weapons, the purple and gray is finished on them, and the black, but the rest isn't. So the metallic bits and these red bits are gonna get the glow effect eventually. And the head is finished. Pretty happy with how it turned out. Got the red glowing effect on this one. That's what the gray is gonna look like when it's finished. And we got a red glow at the back. So yeah, you'll probably just see like a post at some point of some whips of this project. Next week we'll see if I live stream or not. It depends on how the video goes. There's a chance like if I finish the video faster than I think, then maybe no live stream next week because I'll be working on the video to get that out. Possibly premiered on the weekend, or maybe I'll release it the week after and do another live stream next week. Thanks, Large Beverage. Nice Giorno profile picture. Okay, well, on that note, I'll say goodnight, everybody. Thanks for coming. Appreciate your watching my painting, and I'll see you next time.